So hi everyone, today in this video we're gonna develop another mental model that obviously can be important since mental models are representations about reality works, and as much more I grasp information about all the reality works, more I so have tools to deal with that and understand that you are moved by motivation, and then one of the most type of motivations that we tend to have is the motivation to get things, to accumulate, to get benefits. And for that, this just can come with taking good actions. And taking good actions, prior to that, comes having the decision making polished enough so to produce systematically these good actions. And then for that, so you're gonna have to develop your decision making process, which requires what? You having a good type of methodology to absorb the data that you got from the world, and obviously absorbing right data, truthful data. And mental models, they work in systems, so they can be systems that you can adopt, like bulletproof problem solving was one of the methodologies that we have developed in this channel. And obviously mental models are representations about how the reality works, so they as well are data that you should grasp. And then so it's the value of all this channel is developing all the mental models that are existent, since they are patterns that have been confirmed to be true, or patterns that they systematically have produced good decisions, so for people that have adopted them. So it's the value of this channel. So I expect this already was enough to make you put a like in this video, subscribe, and afterwards, if you kind of feel this interesting, kind of so as well, see other videos that may so gain you more insights. And then today we're going to talk about game theory, mastering strategy, decision in business. So game theory is a type of mental model that's taken from economic field that's applied a lot in business, and then so if you are in this area, can probably be something important for you. So what we're going to talk about today is understanding that in today's competitive business landscape, I will say that success often hangs on understanding not just your own X strategy, but also the actions and the reactions of your competitors. And this so what kind of makes a game. So game theory is a powerful mental model that helps you analyze so these strategic interactions, so understanding this strategic field that is so the business world, and then so obviously understand all scenarios exist, and then so what are the take actions to make understanding that you're kind of in a game of real life. And then so this framework can help you approach negotiations, pricing, market entry, so basically all strategic actions planning that you do as a business owner, as a business performer. So game theory is the study of strategic decision making where the outcome depends on the choices of multiple decision makers, which we call players. The course concept, so it involves anticipating. It's kind of evolving. It involves anticipating the actions and responses of the competitors and partners. So allowing you to optimize your strategy in scenarios of interdependence. So now that we have understood that this study like this system, what are the elements of this system? We have the players, the decision makers, the business, consumers, uh, obviously. So after what they do strategies. So the options available to each player, consumer, buy, don't buy now, expect the price to go low. We have so the business. What I do, I start a price war by decreasing the price in comparison with other ones, with the expectancy of as well consumers go more for me, since I have a more type of valuable type of offering for him, since I offer something at lower costs, but as well I understand the reactions and the feedback that it can create in audience entering so as well them in a price wars, because they as well will try so to make a competition with me to remain so being sustainable, having profit, and then so they will as well remodify their position towards so the clients as well modifying the price that they prioritize in their options that they have to sell. Payoffs, the outcomes resulting from different strategy combinations. So me doing something, I as well have so a lot of possibilities that other ones as well can do, depending what so is each combination of behaviors that each one of the players does. That's obviously something that's a limitation because we cannot predict everything. It's difficult because it exists a lot of different type of probabilities, so likelihoods, different type of options that I can do, and it's obviously so what makes the environment so being so uncertain. But I work with probabilities. We have probabilities. I cannot so predict, but some things are more probable than other ones. But then so we have players, they adopt strategy, behaviors, payoffs, they everyone so we work in a feedback loop, so I receive the consequence of the actions that I do. But as well we have the equilibrium, so a state where no player can benefit by unilaterally changing their strategy. And one of these examples is the Nash equilibrium. That's something that you're already going to develop a bit more. So, but how this applies in business? We have strategic interdependence. So your success often depends not only on your actions, but also on how competitors respond. Predicting competition behavior by analyzing potential moves and counter moves, you can anticipate competitors' strategies and plan accordingly. Negotiation tactics, so game theory offers insights in negotiations, helping so you determine when to cooperate or compete. So these are influencing then so justify these three actions being something that is done today in a majority of the business that wants so to get have so a composition that is competitive. What are like examples? As I have said, pricing strategies. Companies might decide on pricing based on predicted competition reactions. So I cannot so and probably even if the first consequence of reducing price is the clients go more for me, so because I have offering something at lower cost than other ones. But if I think in second order, I will understand other ones will react and as well will do the same, creating a system that now both of the business owners are weaker because we both have decreased the prices, which so lead us to reduce the profit. Market entry as well. Before launching a new product, firms can simulate competitive responses to decide the best course of actions. Promotions and discounts anticipate if a competition will match a discount and plan promotions accordingly. We have real-world applications. What's like an example of the game theory strategy that comes so with this tendency of game that we see in the business? The oligopolies, so the oligopolist markets. Industry like airlines, telecommunications, I would say as well, the majority, the best example is tech, often involves strategic interactions where a few players dominate. And game theory helps to understand it because what they do, they both have like interactions that they kind of create chords, they kind of create things that they make a promise that they will never do something because they know that both by this discussion they understand that if one tries to make like a egoist type of move, other one as well will move it, making like in a war the loser are both then are so in a war, and then so the winner is for the consumer. That's why so sometimes even if I can do a position that in short term will so benefit, in long term this tendency of price wars is the best example, makes it the bad thing comes for both ones, and will also be preference not starting this competition prior so to the first step of trying to differentiation by reducing the price of my product. So and then it's the what is like one of the causes of emergency of oligopolies is so the alignment of incentives and so creating protocols for like ways to act that so excludes us entering in things that so makes both go bad in the hand scenario. Mergers and acquisitions, so anticipate how competition will react to consolidation moves in the industry, and so the product launches is another real-world application. When introducing disruptive innovations, game theory can inform strategic decisions on timing, pricing, and future differentiation to so how to maneuver competitors. But then so that we have understood, I think it's clear how to apply this so in your business. Map out the players, identify all the relevant competitors, suppliers, consumers, and partners involved in the market. So understand the players, list the possible strategies that you can do, consider the range of strategic options available for you, and as well understand as well what are like the incentives, what are like the objectives of other ones, and understand so how they will react to you. So understanding the second consequences of your actions. Third, fourth, so analyze the payoffs. And obviously it comes with having data having information about who they are helps so you understand how they will behave. So you better predict something as much more you have knowledge and information about it. And it obviously comes as well with having information about mental models, because if you know how the people act, what are psychological mental models, like people always have low aversion, so you can understand if you do an action, because they will probably so as well make a competition for you, because they don't want so to lose that market share. If you have knowledge about so reciprocity and the tendency of confirmation, you can as well so understand that if you offer a product, you will offer something that is really to be that much good, that much better, because it is always a switching cost that people are so commonly they do something and they deem to go for something new. We have all type of stage that can take a long, so for a good broad of customers go for a new product that nobody knows. So develop your knowledge about the world that you're living helps you so as well to understand what's called the potential payoffs of your actions. And this obviously comes with anticipating reactions and developing so the contingency plans of your actions that you do. So prepare for various scenarios so you can pivot quickly as the game unfolds. So I expect this video as may gain you more insights about how the reality works. And with that much more to say, thank you and see you in the next one.